starting about 40 minutes before it should. But it's always good to get into these things quick and easy, so just get, you know, cut out the middleman, cut the time wasting. Now you get back to the game, short and fun and sweet.
Yeah, and I mean, you wanna Raz, which team do you want to talk about?
I want to talk about. I don't know, actually. It's up to you.
I have a better idea. I'll give you guys time to think about that by saying, I'm your man, Nick Taste Nub and Jacko with you, Soldier Sim, and Raz. Oh, I was gonna say.
Brento.
There we go, Brento.
Anyways, yeah, I mean, these teams, but all of them fairly well known. On your left, you have Team ME, which is, as you might guess, a subsidiary of Team World Elite. They are the third team belonging to World Elite, the second being World Elite Academy, which has already played one season in the League of Legends professionally in the LPL, the top Chinese competition, and is actually trying to get back into the LPL with some good performances in tomorrow and the day after's TGA. On the other hand, what's far more interesting to me is this Chinese-Korean Dragonz team. Yes, we understand that there are many dragons in this tournament, but this Chinese-Korean Dragonz team is really interesting because their bot lane is comprised of Koreans. I believe it's Lyris and Clown at the bottom lane, and they're really freaking nasty. Like, they're really, really good. At least they've shown themselves. They've shown a lot of effort and a lot of creativity against what some might deem lesser competition. After all, they are facing up against relative amateurs, even though many of these so-called amateurs receive much more money than most challenger teams do. So I'm really excited to see this team, you know, CKD play. They should be the favorites coming into this match, even though Team ME does have the World Elite brand behind them. You just do have to think that this union between Chinese and Korean, the Chinese and Korean servers is going to produce something really good. I also understand that they are backed by a relatively wealthy owner, so I think that there's infrastructure in place and there's enough talent in place for them to be successful.
I have an idea how we're gonna just unclog whatever could ever happen here. So what we're gonna do right now, we're gonna ask. This one goes to Hubo first, short and concise as possible. What is your featured matchup right now between these teams and the lineups they've got, with the top lane Morgana, mind you?
Apparently I got it wrong. The top and the support players are Korean, so my bad. But the featured matchup for me, just taking a look at these compositions, is probably the top lane, because we do have a top lane Morgana, it seems, and I've never seen the Morgana into Gnar matchup, so I'm guessing that Team ME really wants to get the standard lanes going on, and they really want to try to exercise a lot of pressure against this Gnar. I honestly couldn't tell you how this matchup goes, but I do believe the Morgana was a flex pick, or at least a counter pick, or at least a flex pick. And if they're moving it to the top lane, then ME's top laner must be really confident in that particular choice in this lane.
Yeah.
So yeah, for me, that's my lane to watch.
Yeah.
All right, now we're going to swap it over to Razzleplasm. I know you want to say something, but I'm just going to drift you into a completely different spectrum because I like doing that.
Okay.
So, Brento Razzleplasm Mohammed. What are your keys to the game? I'm going to put you on the spot. What are your keys to victory for these teams right here?
My key is definitely the Pantheon. I feel like the early snowballing on Pantheon is extremely important, and it definitely is. It's going to be based on how he plays it. I don't think he's going to be able to gank the top lane all too well, because of course the top lane Morgana provides a lot of magic shielding, so the stuns coming from either Gnar's Wallop, or I guess from Pantheon's, what is it even called? I don't even know, his own stun. It's not gonna be effective.
The W.
The W.
The W.
The W. Oh jeez.
W. It's adorable. The W.
The W. But yeah, I feel like he's gonna be pressuring down that bot lane a lot. That's what I feel like is gonna happen here.
Yeah, and just to make a correction to something I said, credits to Inside Chinese Law, good friend of ours, really good friend of ours actually, and he's always been a friend of the stream, so big shoutouts to him. And he's actually, he's mentioned that not only are the top and support players for this team Koreans, they're also backed by the former members of the coaching staff of the SK Telecom T1 organization. So, again, I mean, we've known this. CKD has looked really good in the group stages, like really, really good. And this should be fairly straightforward, but if anyone's going to give them a run, try to give them a run for their money, it has to be a World Elite subsidiary. So I think we're going to have a really good game. Certainly far better than what we had in our first set between Yulong Gaming and the Legend Dragonz.
Yeah. Okay, guys, so to be an instigator right now, well, everybody's, approaching the early game, what they're going to do as far as, invades, all that stuff's concerned. We're going to start with Hubo, quick and concise, then to Raz, quick and concise. Who's going to win this game? I don't care if you want to be unbiased. You're picking somebody right now. It could be whoever. Who's going to win this game? Hubo Soldier Ship.
Right, and I do think that it's going to be CKD that's going to win this game. When you, I have huge issues. I have huge issues with the Jinx pick, because when you're picking a team that has an Orianna, that has Thresh, that has Morgana, you're automatically providing a lot of PO and putting a lot of resources into your AD carry. Now, if your AD carry it's really hard for a Jinx to carry from this kind of position. When you have champions on the other side, like the Gnar, like the Pantheon, like the Ziggs, even like the Corki that can just launch so many long range AoE spells into your face and just completely DPS you down. So, again, I think this is one of those situations where a Chinese team has picked a composition that's extremely hard to pull off, and that they're going to be, kicking themselves in the foot.
Nards.
Yeah.
Kicking themselves in the foot?
I don't know what the expression. Kicking themselves in the ass?
Yeah,
Nads,
I think.
Balls, ass.
I feel like I honestly don't think they watch CKD's matches in the groups, because that bot lane is super good. So damn good. I have actually not seen this this skill level in an LPL team. Actually, I've seen it, but it's on the level. And oh god, here we go.
Riris has been in OGN before, so but no, that bot lane is really, really good. Someone told me to catch.
Think of this bot lane being really good. Oh. Are you kidding me, dude?
And he's automatically losing. Oh, jeez.
Nice, the catch.
Alright, so I'm gonna hop onto the bandwagon now for Emmy, just like my boy Tony, because my boy Tony, for Wild G over there, he's like, hey, I got that Nubbins guy on my side. You know what? Now Emmy's got me on their side. You guys are bandwagoning to the CKD bottom lane. I'm like, you know what?
After your boy Tony found out about you, he went like 0-5-0, dude. Holy.
It's true, he did. He ended up with a negative KDA because I was on his, his friendship boat. Like, no, but friends, Tony. No, I'd rather die.
I remember it was either Raz, Hermit, or someone else that was talking about this bottom lane, and they are really excellent. I'm looking forward to this game, and my stream just lagged.
Yeah.
Mine too.
Okay, so hopefully
R-rated thing, this like this it's like our production crewism. It's like, we don't need all this violence that's not there. We just want to cut out the boring parts of the game and give everybody fights. So, top lane Morgana. Guys, how in God's name is that going to work?
I think it's a very smart pick. All right, I like it. I definitely like it.
Top lane Morgana has found success in the GPL. Now, while success in the GPL doesn't necessarily equate to, reaping dividends in other, probably slightly more skilled regions, I wouldn't count out the top lane Morgana. Lots of PO potential. The damage output is not that high, but once you do get that first item, that Zhonya's Hourglass, you have an instant impact in the game. You're able to zone for your AD carry. If they're able to make this composition work, that's fine. If they're able to make this composition work, that's incredible, because of the Jinx pick, just because, protect the AD carry comps are usually world-class strategies that are incredibly difficult to pull off. It's just I'm worried that the Jinx might have been a little bit too ambitious right here.
Definitely, and actually we saw some top lane Morgana out of California Trolls in Black Monster Cup, I believe.
Cali Trolls. All the flash over the Black Shield, the Dark Blind is gonna pick up the kill, yes! First blood to Morgana, that was the manliest thing I've ever seen.
Oh my god. And oh my god.
Oh wow.
Raz. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Where's my GG? Where's my GG button? Gotta pull it out. And then Corky's getting engaged on the bottom as well. This manly bottom lane. Come on. Come on. That was the best thing I've ever seen in my life. And then look, CKD's bottom lane is just getting engaged upon by Emmy. You know, it's like, I don't even know what the Emmy stands for right now, but it just has to stand for something super masculine, like manly.
Oh my goodness. That's double buffs as well. That was
manly, guys.
And just
Pantheon's coming down though. Pantheon's coming down here. This is a gang for the ages.
And just to sync us up, everybody, I'm just gonna refresh the stream. Just
I was probably so far ahead of you guys on that Morgana thing.
No, Nick, you and I are in the same place right now. So.
Yeah, it's the stream.
But Jinx does go down. I mean, that's just one indication. It's going to be so hard to play Jinx in this game. It's really going to be so difficult. I don't know how Emmy is going to pull it off. Just Lucian, Tristana, even a champion like Ezreal, which is becoming even more and more popular, especially in China these days. I think any selection of champions would have been much better for this composition. So hopefully.
So hold on. Speaking through my experience, in my very limited amount of competitive play, that is, somewhat still there a little bit. And this is what you just saw with that first blood example. Can really put a guy on tilt, and it can definitely just hurt the morale of the poor guy that was the example made. So that poor Pantheon, you gotta be thinking he's probably like, oh god, what have I done? And he's on like the worst tilting of his life right now. That's just me. If I were to do something like that in competitive play, I'm not saying that I have. We're not talking competitive play, we're like competitive play. But that could go a long way, and the confidence is all there for Emmy right now. After an example being made of that poor Pantheon like that by the Morgana right here, they have all the confidence in their court.
I mean, we talked about how a top lane Morgana only needs a few items to have real sound game impact. I mean, Morgana stun is not a hard skill to land, so it's absolutely incredible for the side of Emmy. You really have to think. I mean, you can start playing even more offensive with those, with your dark bindings, with your chains, with whatever, because just because you do have the double buffs, you're able to dominate lane, and we do see counter jungling coming in. I'm really excited to see this duel. I actually have no idea who wins.
Oh man, they can throw a bomb though. It's gonna be a little bit of 1v1, and then we've got the doubles coming in. Shockwave as well. Pantheon Summerhill's being used up, but Orianna picks up one, and now it's gonna be a 2v1 scenario. J4's on the run, just dodge out. Look at this slice and dice, jukey fun time going on from this J4. Double kill. Orianna picking up two. Are you kidding me? 3-man down as well. Morgana Nargo's down. 4-1 on the kill spread for Emmy, and they're just looking really strong after that first blood.
Team Emmy decides not to clear that red buff, but still, that was really good. I mean, Raz, you saw it right there. We thought that the fight was over, you and I, right after that, Mega Inferno Bomb came down, but what a beautiful shockwave to eventually close the distance. And it kind of shows Pantheon's weaknesses in the early game, as even though J4 is not known as the strongest duelist out of the top 4 junglers, he's certainly much better than Pantheon in that situation. So,
definitely.
I mean, that really all credits going to the jungler for Team ME for knowing exactly how much damage he could put out, and for the mid laner, Orange, for being able to rotate to that area even though it was on the enemy side of the jungle. I mean, counter jungling is a 2-man, or it involves the entire team. You need to communicate with your teammates where you're going so that your mid laner or your bottom lane or your top lane can push the creeps all the way and rotate to help you capture one buff or objective or the other. So really well done by Team Emmy. I'm really impressed. Oh, nice body block.
Oh wait, hold on. There's a teleport though. Double teleport. Actually, Morgana canceling out the teleport when internal mixes.
That was extremely poor. You know that you have no engage tools when you're with the Janna Corky lane, and if they can get this dragon, I guess they can salvage that. Wow, really aggressive by a turn.
Oh, jeez.
But look at that stun up from the Pantheon. Mega Inferno Bomb to the face. Box making an appearance as well. Jinx picking up one. This CKD bot lane just getting wrecked up in the face. Chompers over the wall in the wrong direction completely, but it's 7-2 right now. and it's a 3-for-1 in favor of Emmy. It looks like Dragon ME might be the easiest thing.
And we didn't see off camera there. Orange actually had gotten a double kill. He was able to chase down the Pantheon and eventually pick up the kill. Really well done. Now you have 7 kills to 2, a Dragon going over. They can probably get, you know, minion pressure on all three lanes. So things are going extremely well for Emmy. The question again has to remain: can you utilize this composition with a Jinx? It's so difficult to. Right now, I'm inclined to say yes. I didn't know that Emmy had this level of communication and control with this kind of team comp, but just when you have a Jinx and there are so many diving targets, or there's so many champions on the enemy team that can get to your AD carry, it's really hard to play. So let's wait until that first really big team fight until we make any huge judgments about who's going to win this game. Raz?
Oh god, and looks like the Morgana's getting on the. Oh Jesus!
My God.
This poor little man. He's got the hex tree though. He's good.
Yeah, really. That was really.
Oh, okay.
Oh, the man drops. Oh
my
man, that
God.
dark mind just in the face is just such wreckage. And then Pantheon's like, hell no, he's dead. I'm getting the hell out of Dodge.
Have mercy.
Are they gonna
Have mercy.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Oh,
round of
jeez.
applause, please, my God, to this Morgana. I think this is the best showing you've seen.
That was easy.
There you go. That's more fun.
God, that was disgusting.
First turret going down 9-2, and look at it, a 5K gold lead right now.
Like I gotta say, I really loved the Morgana pick into this. It was a really great adaptation, but to have that kind of level of skill on that matchup, it was it's amazing to see. And it was snowballed off of like Pantheon. I guess he wasn't aware of the matchup in the sense that he came in, got snared under tower, and I guess it probably snowballed off of that. But jeez, that's just disgusting.
Yeah, I mean, Eternal, and once again, advantage goes over to the top lane of Team Emmy. Eternal's not going to have any fun in this lane. This game suddenly became really tough in the top side of the map. So, what the Chinese Korean Dragons actually have to do right now is they basically need to stall out. It doesn't actually matter if they give up, if they give up turrets in the top or bottom lane, because they can just keep stalling out with your Ziggs. So the objective has to be, and we're going to see another kill right here.
Yeah, that's Georgi getting up in the box. The choppers, though, the save from the nice little Janna ultimate.
Yeah, but now the Quickie has no flash, so it's completely worth for that. But as I was saying, as I was mentioning before, this game really is about, if you're a member of Chinese Korean Dragons, then you really have to be concerned yourself with warding your flanks. You have to ward your flanks so Morgana doesn't flash in and suddenly just unleash all hell onto you. You really have to.
Okay, I don't know how that.
The teleport coming as well. Don't you just hate whenever the camera's down? But Morgana teleports down to the bottom lane.
Oh my God.
From the backside, ladies and gentlemen, look at this Haps. Cataclysm in the face. Corky going down. Tank a little bit too much. Soul Shackles on the poor little Eternal. He's going to get dropped like a bag of dirt as well. 11-3, 22-3 to 16-5 on the gold counter. Dragon not up and alive at the moment, but this bottom lane tier 1 turtle will do just fine for this Emmy lineup. Big Inferno Bomb to clear the wave. You can do it all you want, Ziggs, but it's not going to work out for you. And even open it up to a bigger and better gold lead. Emmy looking too incredibly strong right now in this early game.
I mean, I feel like if the Chinese Korean Dragons actually set up lines of scrimmage and started team fighting, they could actually contend with this team comp. I mean, frankly, the side of Emmy doesn't have a great team composition. It's really, really hard to pull off. You don't, protect the AD carry compositions are hard to pull off with Lulu top and Orianna and champions like Nunu, but you have a Morgana in the top lane, something that just adds a whole nother dimension. So I really failed to understand why the members of the Chinese Korean Dragons just insist on going through these really random poor fights. Raz, what do you think?
Yeah, pretty much. It's really surprising, and maybe we didn't get a good enough look at the Chinese Korean Dragons. I mean, what we saw from the group stages was complete domination from them, and it's hard to say because they also had a three-team group as well, mostly because of the forfeit coming out of one of the teams. But it's eye-opening, honestly. But maybe we'll see an adaptation coming from the Chinese Korean Dragons in the next game. They do have the players, the skills it's just the team play. It's actually, I don't know, even in the bottom lane it looked like a skill matchup where they were losing out to the Thresh Jinx, but it's hard to say from now. It's really difficult to say.
Right, and you really have to credit the top 3 lanes as sorry, as well as, and Orange is going to get himself out of here. Yes, he is. As well as the bottom lane, the duo lane did play, and they're going to contest this dragon in around 30 seconds. I really have to credit the top 3 lanes: the Morgana, the Jarvan 4, the Orianna. They were able to counter jungle together. They were able to put pressure all across the map. The teleports were perfect. You know, the Orianna's movements were perfect. The counter jungle was really good, as I mentioned before. I think this is an exhibition right now. This is really, really good. You can still use it's an unusual team comp, and they're just playing it to perfection right now.
You talk about MVP performances from the top 3 sides of ME, but really, if you look at the bottom lane as well, I mean, they forced the Chinese Korean Dragonz Corki out of lane already. Used that summer heal 2 minutes into the game just from auto attack harassment. So, say all you want, they have MVP performances across the board, especially from that under high
here we go.
Lane. God, that was a huge dark bind. This is Morgana picking up the kills, but over the backside, Pantheon looking for
those
golden
chompers.
Gates. Oh, baby, that box in the nice little monsoon. It's going to be Janet going down in the dirt. 6 feet under the ground in the trades. Orange picks up another one. Nar goes down. Serving a death rocket goes wide left of everybody. 14-3. It's going to end up being a 3 for Nada, and that is going to be a dragon as well to Emmy. Just looking completely dominant. Opening up just about a 9,000 gold lead. 14 kills to 3 here. Only 16 minutes into this game. I don't even know how you can get much better than this as far as domination is concerned.
Yeah, definitely. And this is one of those moments where you wish you had a camera, and the reason why I believe the cameraman was focusing on the Pantheon was because he was about to use his ult, but he actually canceled it. And what actually happened was that I believe that the top laner for ME, the Morgana, caught someone in the binding, was able to use his ult, trigger the ult, got a kill onto the AD carry, and then when the Pantheon wanted to come in and assault the Jinx, perfect chomper placement, really, really, really well played. So what they did was they were able to split up the team, realize that the Pantheon had all of the initiating potential with his ultimate, and make adaptations. Look for a pick. Look to utilize your team comp. Really, really well done from Team ME.
And Morgana has the Zhonya's. Like, it's really difficult to gauge a Morgana. Oh, and the fight starts.
Fight starts, or the fight ends before it starts. Look at this complete domination. Cataclysm's up there. Chamber still up. Mega Inferno Bomb picks up the kill finally. But even still, it turns into a 2-for-1 with the blinking HP bar of that poor little Thresh down on the flip side of the flippity flip. 16-4 though, kill wise. And you know, 2-for-1 engagement. Raz, go back to what you were saying. I was very interested.
That was interesting. Yeah, it's really difficult to gauge how much damage a Morgana can do, because you don't see laning Morganas. You really don't. Or how much, like, AP she can really do. Because look at that damage. Like, how do you deal with it? It's...
Raz, I'm sure after more time, the shockwave of death. Do a little bit more damage. Jinx finding a way to finish up. You know, just clean that one.
It just goes to prove my point. It's the surprise factor of the pick. Morgana did super well.
That's the wow factor there, ladies.
Yeah. I mean, I think the fact of the matter is that when you give double buffs to any champion that early, they are just going to dominate lane. I mean, we're not talking about some like random scrubs right here, and these are the best players in Chinese solo queue. And of course, China has multiple servers, but you know. These players have been through a lot to get here. They're trying to get into the LSPL. They're trying to get paid, as I mentioned before. So these players are playing really hard. The Chinese Korean Dragonz, originally, I think, my pick, Raz, I don't know about you, but originally my pick, almost because they had the brand name, almost because they had the 2 Koreans in their team, because they had the Korean coaching staff, I thought that they would be looking really good. But right now, they just looked extremely lost. I don't know exactly how to pinpoint what they're doing wrong, but I know it when I see it.
Definitely. I had the China Korean Dragonz like as a win too. Like I remember when just watching their games, like I was in a conversation with him and he was like, "Did you see this lane?" Like they were just stomping honestly what looked like an easy bracket for them. Like I mean group. Like that was an easy group for them, and it's just showing that maybe they're just not maybe they just don't expect this level of competition. I certainly didn't. But we certainly have ourselves a match here.
I'm sure as hell glad I picked ME, I tell you what. The trade on Eternal, and he's getting absolutely destroyed. So,
Tony's revenge, dude.
Tony's revenge, man. He's coming back. That sounds like a terrible game that was made for like the Atari 2600.
Tony's revenge.
Tony's revenge.
I mean, look how...
I can imagine the cover.
Just look at this Nars items. He got the Hex Drinker. He has no completed items right now. He's so weak. Is he gonna go on that chip? Wow! Oh my goodness! Oh my god!
Oh!
Lord himself, ladies and gentlemen. Combo all those ultimate shockwave, super mega death rocket, all the goodies. Jinx pick it up.
Corky's gonna go down?
Just pick it up. Corky, is he gonna go down? I don't think so. 20-5 though. We've approached that 2-0 kill marker. And ladies and gentlemen, you know, you say a lot.
Oh my!
It's like slowly walking up to get in range. He's like, no. I got it. All right.
Oh jeez.
The orange.
You know, you guys
So
say what we want here about how you guys pick CKD. You know, about how they have this massively awesome coaching staff, and all that comes down to is in between games. You know, will that coaching pay off in the fact that can these players recognize what they need to pick ban, what adjustments they need to make, and how to adapt? That all comes down to all the coaching and all that good stuff. So I guess after this game, you'll get to see how that coaching staff really pays off for them.
I mean, Morgana is a really unique pick. Jinx is a really unique pick. You have to assume that the top lane and the AD carry know how to play more than the Morgana and the Jinx. So how do you really approach it? Do you say, you know, let's give them this composition and let's just try to, you know, let's tailor our strategy against it? Or do you try to ban out these champions entirely? Because if you ban out these champions entirely, I'm sure that you're going to give, you're probably going to give Orange Orianna, or you're probably going to give another one of the members of Team ME one of their priority champions. So this is a really interesting situation for the side of CKD. I mean, if you're a member of their coaching staff, you already have to be looking towards the next game. I honestly don't see the Chinese Korean Dragons salvaging this game right now. So if you're a former part of the legendary SK Telecom T1 coaching staff, what do? How do you make an adaptation? I honestly don't know. I don't have the answer right now.
Raz does. He's about to tell
Raz,
us.
do you?
I don't know. I feel like what they need to do right now is reset, surrender the game, because right now all this will do for them is just like it'll kill their morale. I certainly know that one of their teammates, I'm not sure if it was Reris or Clown, is known for having a negative attitude. This won't help.
It's gotta be Clown. I mean, the name is just making it so appropriate.
That would be the best thing, actually, if it was Clown. But yeah, this game won't help them at all. It won't help them like discover what mistakes they made, and they certainly won't be able to come back from this 21-5 kill advantage. Like, this is too massive to do much about it. So they need to reset, and it might be based off of maybe perhaps banning out Morgana or just playing better. Like, that's like Pantheon should be diving in or taking unnecessary risks earlier in the game.
Yeah, my question.
Morgana. Don't think they will.
I mean, my question was, right, is that you had the Jinx and you had, oh my goodness. Here we go.
Are you kidding?
The double shockwave Orange is such a man. Looking for Eternal as well on the flippity jump out. 22 to
Orange
5.
is such a
Does not
man.
land, but me picks up the kill. Look at that one. Morgana just wrecking face. Down goes Mega Big Dinosaur Nar, and then Corky on the run as well gets taken down.
Yeah, that's all she wrote,
Janna
gentlemen.
versus the world. Janna in a 1v5 scenario. That's not going to end well. 26-6. The ace comes out. Will they surrender now? Hubo, you said something about something, and then you said, God bless, good Lord, something.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my
I mean,
goodness.
just this Orange guy is playing out of his mind. They're going for Baron right now. I actually don't
They
agree
deserve
with
it.
that decision. Are they not going? What are they doing?
I don't
Gentlemen,
know.
don't take red buff. Take an objective. Oh. Is this
Let's
the
get-
famous?
let's get
Is this
more
the famous
skill
Chinese BM that we're doing? Anyways, they're ahead 17,000 gold at 23 minutes. It's not like they need a Baron buff or they need a red buff right now. Wow, I don't even remember what I was saying. What a fantastic shockwave! What a really fantastic shockwave! And I think it's a testament to Orange's performance as a whole. He's been playing extremely well. It's really just fearless in trying to make his initiations happen. Always living on the edge. Always trying to get the ball in. Always trying to get as much damage onto any member of the enemy team as he can. And so far, he's been really, really good. 6-1 and 13. Rabadans, Void Staff, Athenes. He can take on the world right now.
Wait, what kind of name is that anyways? Is it Orange or is it Orange? That's my question.
I'm calling it orange. I'm calling it orange.
Yeah, I'll go orange. It sounds less ridiculous that way, honestly.
I think it's orange. Orange.
Can
we just call him Orange, Nick? Oh my God, sometimes you're so picky.
No, we cannot just call him Orange, Hubo.
I don't want to... Oh, jeez. I'm in the middle of the domestic
this is dang right you're in the middle. This is like another one of those relationship fights we have all the time.
Man. Oh, because God, looks like looks like your friend Orange just killed the...
And it looks like my friend Razzle Zazzleplasm is going to cast the game, too.
Hey, can we also call him Orianage?
Oh my God.
Yeah! Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen,
all right.
We will be here all week at the Comedy Corral. 27-6.
I think this is where like people start throwing tomatoes. Honestly,
we would have been booed off stage last set. Come on, baby.
Yeah.
Turret goes down. It's a 5-star. Clean, smooth, nicely done. Jinx pick up another one. Clean up around the clock, ladies and gentlemen. Down
it just
goes
doesn't
the
end.
air. And look at that. Death Sentence does not miss. It's a good Valkyrie up and out from the Corki. And well, they're gonna run away full for Baron. What are they gonna do? They got everything at their disposal right now. They could just back. They're probably gonna.
This is the throw I've heard so much about. Oh, jeez.
The Chinese Baron throw?
Yeah.
I'm ready for it.
What is he doing?
I'm ready.
God.
I'm ready.
Are you kidding?
Are you kidding?
Oh, okay. That would have been so good.
That would have been the manliest.
But that's too much of a threat. They can't do anything off of this now. There we go.
Baron does go down. Are they going to look for these kills, though? Are they going to chase out the kills? It looks like they might chase out the kills for ME. And they're just wrecking the garbage out of CKD.
That was actually such a smart Baron. They recognized how much damage and how much of a threat that Orianna was, that she can just literally stand there, maybe get a pick, while at the same time... Ooh!
All the flash stun and a little Orange. Oh, the troop of Shockwave!
Are you kidding?
Orange, he's still got the take away. He's going to be able to survive. He survives off the level up. And now it's going to be a little bit of a Frost Queen's up and out. To safety from the poor little Jana Banana. Look at that Cataclysm. Nar goes down to the face, 32-6. And again, Orange. He's still alive, ladies and gentlemen. He is still chugging along in that bottom lane. He is the little engine that could and did several times over and made CKD just cry in their sleep. 36. I don't even know what you want to call it anymore. Emmy is just man.
I think Jana's gonna lose her job after that one. She blew her over a wall. She protected the Orianna. That was so ridiculous. That was actually really funny. I wish we could control the camera just so we can do a replay of that glorious moment.
We can do replays in our minds.
Just imagine it now, people. Do your own kind of replay. Just imagine that.
I honestly don't know why.
To the sound of silver scrapes.
Yeah, they're taking way too long.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they could have closed. I firmly believe they could have closed this game out maybe 5 minutes ago. I think they could have ended the game 5 minutes ago. But
hey, maybe.
Wow, what a statement!
Yeah.
Just rubbing salt on the wound right now. 32 kills to 6. What the hell? And we have to remember, folks. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, we have to remember that CKD has not faced a problem of this magnitude since its inception. I mean, like, they completely rolled through the group stages. And, like, I mean, when I watched the games, I thought CKD was absolutely fantastic in the group stages, while Emmy was impressed me, but definitely not to this extent. But we're seeing a role reversal right now. Holy moly!
And I know this is probably
Team
not.
ME. My goodness.
Yeah, and I know this is probably not intended, like, leaving this game out unclosed for this long, but this is so good for Team ME just for, like, morale purposes, and it's gotta be killing Team CKD. It's gotta be killing them. Just, like, looking at the scores, looking at the item difference, like, as each second ticks by, are you kidding me? This is, like, something you need to quit out of.
Psycho strats.
Yeah.
Psyche. Watch X-Files with no lights on. Oh, baby.
Oh, gosh.
God, those damage from Orange is just so doggone much.
Completely tearing through. I mean, look at the items on the enemy team. There's nothing. They have nothing to stop themselves from the Jinx or the Orianna.
I'm wanting to go over to the dark side. I keep wanting to say orange instead of orange. But I think I need to keep it up. Eternal's just gonna get wrecked.
Oh my god!
Holy shit! Jake's just like, guys, watch the full face. Damn doggone. Oh god, the double kill. What is happening right now? It's 36. Are they gonna break 40? They can't break 40 kills. It's pretty much over right here. The inhib goes down. You guys need to watch your damn language, I tell you what. Fuck on shitters. Nexus turret's going down. One is going to be pressured. The second one here too. And that is going to be the Nexus going down. Team ME beating up on CKD. Boy, I'm glad I jumped on ME's bandwagon before this started. Tony Jr. coming back for revenge. Ladies and gentlemen, I gotta go get a quick cup of joe and high-five myself because it's awesome. We'll be right back after this.
Oh!